Hey, how's it going today? I hope you're awesome, and I just want to thank you for joining me. What is your biggest sleep problem? Do you have trouble nodding off? Waking maybe at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and then tossing and turning? Do you have difficulty losing weight because you don't get a good enough quality of sleep? There is actually a big connection between sleep and weight. But are you mostly in the dark about it? I don't know. Did you know that poor quality can add to your waistline as much as your poor food choices? So basically, our sleep can help make us gain weight. And a lack of sleep can also recalibrate our appetite hormones so that we actually produce 15% less leptin, which makes us feel full. And I'm going to try to pronounce this right. 20% more ghrelin, I think, and that makes you hungrier. And sleep is really the foundation of good health and well-being. And our body repairs daily and it renews our cells when we sleep. Yet our daily habits and activities are actually stopping and could be sabotaging the sleep that we get, and especially wreak havoc on our hormones without us even knowing. So I'm going to go into 4 out of the 8 sleep strategies today. And then after the end of these strategies, I'm going to answer your questions. So please keep your questions to the end. And go ahead, share this with everybody, because it's something that I feel everybody needs to know about, as I know most of us at one point have struggled with sleep, or we know somebody who struggles with sleep. Trust me, I've been there. I suffered insomnia for like 7 years or longer. It's awful. For those of you, sorry, who don't know me, my name is Jolene Roberts. You also might actually know me as Running Under the Sun. I'm a mom to IVF twins who just turned 8. I'm a wife, and I am the creator of the Hormone Reset Challenge. 4 years ago, I actually decided to have a total hysterectomy because my life was basically hell. I was having migraines 5 days out of the week. I was cycling, 25 to 28 days out of the month. And I couldn't function being a stay-at-home mom with these 2 little 4-year-old twins. And with that, I also wasn't the mom or the wife I knew I could be. And so all was fine after my hysterectomy until the beginning of 2016. A whole plethora of reasons, but stress. I was also put on synthetic hormones, which caused my body to crash and burn. So I was dealing with estrogen dominance and severe adrenal fatigue. And with the researcher I am, I spent hours and hours and hours and so many flipping hours of research, trial and error, to overcome these issues and feel like the young 30-year-old woman that I should be feeling like, and the one that God created me to feel like. And so now it's my mission to help other women get their lives back through nutrition, tips and tricks that I've been through, and research specific exercises, and definitely being there one-on-one for you or for them. Okay, so let's get back to sleep, because this is so important. What are these sleep thieves and how can we address them? I'm going to break this down into a few part series. So right now, this is part 1 of 2 of our top sleep stealers. And I'm going to go into 4 of them today. And then I'm going to talk about what it is, and then I'm going to clue you up on how to fix those little issues that you may be having. So let's do this. The top 4 sleep stealers. Oops. Okay. So, number 1, is it going to show? Bright light at night. Okay, so I know we might have heard this, we might have not. Light and sleep actually go hand in hand. So exposure to light in the morning and evening really impacts your circadian rhythm. And this roughly 24-hour cycle dictates when plants and, you know, insects and flowers and animals and butterflies emerge from, you know, the chrysalis and that kind of stuff. So when they bloom, when they go back, they close up. It's linked to night and day, and it really switches on and off a complicated network of proteins and genes, and I'm not going to get into that. But in humans, our circadian rhythm really helps set our body clock, so affecting our energy levels when we wake, when we sleep. And this is why we feel better if we get to bed before midnight, and it really keeps our body clock in time with night and day. And so there's been research from the University of Paris, and it has shown that there's a particular protein molecule found in many different human tissues, and these respond to light. And it indicates that this tissue responds to light coming through our skin. And even when our eyes are closed, you know, when you're laying, when your eyes are closed, and you just sense that shadow, or that, you know, you can feel it and you can sense the light, you can sense the shadow, like when the clouds go over the sun, you know, that kind of stuff. This is why when we have devices like our clock radios that emit light in the dark, that can undermine our sleep quality, believe it or not. And that can cause circadian disruption, where body clock is out of whack, out of step for night and day. I'm going to hide that. So what are the sleep savers we can use to help reset our circadian rhythm? Number one, we can open the curtains upon waking. This actually helps suppress our melatonin levels, which really lowers in the morning and it rises at night. So what I do every single morning is I wake up, I open our curtains, all of them in the house, as soon as the light starts to come in. Every single window is open so the light can come in. I even do it with the kids. I wake them up, and then as soon as they're about ready to hop out of bed, we open the curtains so the light can shine through. So that's number one, open curtains upon waking. Number two, so what you can do is go without your sunglasses. Yes, I know your eyes, oh, the sun, trust me, I know. I walk every morning. But go without your sunglasses for at least 10 minutes to ensure that you get direct light exposure to your eyes. That's going to help reset your circadian rhythm. I also want you to, number three, live broadcasts, things are going to happen, at least the kids aren't home. Number three, banish electrical devices. So that means there's going to be no clock radios near you, no TVs, no computers or their standby lights in your room while they sleep. This can truly interfere with your melatonin production in those vital night hours. And those of us who've suffered insomnia or have some kind of sleep issues, we need everything we can get to get a good sleep. Number four, enjoy a soft glow. I know this sounds crazy, but at night, use candles. Use lamps instead of the bright light overhead. You know how some people have those lights above their bed? Don't turn that on. Use a soft glow candle or a light, you know, that emits a soft, like an angel light. If you need a night light to go to the bathroom, we have night lights in our hallway, in our bathroom. Make sure it's a low wattage flashlight or a dim hall and bathroom globe that has that amber glow. That's not emitting like bright light like this broadcast is. And number five, set a sleep routine. So I want you to start rising and going to bed around the same time every day to synchronize, your body clock with light and dark. And it really makes a difference. Okay, number two, texting in bed. Oh my gosh, who is guilty of this? I am. So, do you catch up on texts or emails the last thing before you turn out the light? I know I have in the past. Do you fall asleep on your phone watching YouTube videos in bed? Who's done that? I know my husband does. This is also probably compromising your sleep quality. So computers and phones and all that, emit 30 to 50 lux of light. And over the course of a week, this constant light exposure, particularly after dark. So when it's dark in your room, you're looking at your phone. I mean, I do it too. I'm like, oh yeah. And you're like this because I can't see. I have glasses. So I'm like that. It shifts our body clocks. And then the hormones that make us wake or sleepy are actually less in sync with night and day. So they're getting all confused. And looking directly at bright light from a computer screen, a cell phone, a tablet, it reduces as well our levels of melatonin, which is our sleep hormone. So it really can't do its job to help us fall asleep. So as I said, like digital screens, fluorescent lights, LED lights, all of these add to this problem because it gives off that blue light that we see on our screens. So now you've probably noticed that your cell phone might have the night setting. And so you can set that night setting up so it's more of a red light. So there's been research from Harvard that shows that exposure to blue light really actually suppresses that melatonin for twice as long as other colors and can shift your body clock as much as 3 hours. Even just 8 lux of light can have an effect. And this device is 20 to 50. I mean, it's ridiculous. So let me hide that. So basically, our sleep savers, what can we do? We can, number one, reduce the light intensity by dimming the light on our screen. So I don't know if you can see this. So you have you have your cell phone. You can scroll up on your iPhone. You can dim right here. There's that dim. Turn it all the way down. And it looks black, but when you're in the dark, it's not black. It's bright as heck. And then you can turn your night shift off and on, right there, night shift. Have those settings so you can set that up right away. If you don't have that option, and I'm going to type this in here right now, you can install an app called, let me see, what's it called? It's called F-Lux. So spelled that wrong. F-L-U-X, okay? So F-Lux. This reduces the blue wavelength coming from your screen in favor of warmer, more sleep-friendly tones. So if you don't have the night option on your phone, try downloading that F-Lux. Let's get rid of that. And go to your system preferences on your computer and elect to flip the colors so that you turn the white background black or something like that, and the black writing to white. So it's not this bright white light. Number 3, there we go. Let's see. Oh, a few glasses of red or white wine. I know, I love my wine too. I love it, I love it, love it. Love my wine. So, I know that we all want that Chardonnay or that Cabernet or, whatever it is. But alcohol it is a sedative, but many women observe that it triggers shallow sleep. And I've been there, especially after 2 to 3 glasses of wine. You're having, dinner with friends or whatever, and you have one too many glasses than you should. You're not getting a restful sleep. And this is because alcohol delays or shortens the slow wave and the REM dreaming phase of our sleep cycles. And a few glasses of wine, beer, some, drinks may also suppress our natural breathing pattern. And alcohol, not only that, but alcohol also makes us wake up later from dehydration and thirst. Have you ever had, 2 to 3 glasses of wine with friends or girlfriends? You go out for a girls' night. You think you're I'm gonna have a great sleep. You get to bed. It's not that restful. Then you wake up in the morning and you're like, give me all the water right now. Yeah, I've been there. That's why, because your body's dehydrated and you're thirsty. And this can also happen because alcohol is also a bladder irritant and it's actually a diuretic. You may also need to get up and go pee. Like, you hear break the seal. Yeah, well, that happens in the night too. So red wine can actually be a problem as well because it's high in natural chemicals. which cause blocked nose. Some of you might wake up congested, you might have a headache, and those might wake you up throughout the night as well. So your sleep saver is going to be number one, and I've talked about this in the past and I'll talk about it again in the future, but supplement with magnesium. It really has a calming effect on the nervous system. This is one supplement I take daily, every single day without fail, because it helps my anxiety, it helps me calm, and it's just, most of us are deficient in magnesium. So I'll talk about that in future broadcasts. And number two, supplement and enjoy an herbal tea instead of drinking wine every night or every few nights. So choose a tea that has valerian or chamomile, and those are really calming and just peaceful. So if you do have 1 or 2 glasses, have some tea instead. Okay, number 4. Oh, this is a big one. Living on stress street. Who is known to have high stress? I know I'm not the only one. So when you're always rushing and stressing, your body actually pumps out more adrenaline and cortisol. And I've talked about cortisol a lot. These stress hormones are still circulating in our bodies when we go to sleep. And they keep our body in that fight or flight mode. So our brain actually doesn't allow us to fall into that deep sleep when we have that stress. You can take an herbal supplement or just visualize if you can as well. But sometimes those aren't enough to help get rid of stress. And I understand when I was in the throes of adrenal fatigue, estrogen dominance, my stress, and being a business owner, being a mom, being a wife, knowing we have a huge move come up, my stress was super high. And my high cortisol was one of the reasons that prevented me from sleeping well. And trust me, I've taken every remedy known out there. I've done everything. And it never worked. Or it would work for one night and then I'd have insomnia for like the next 5-6 nights. And I've really learned to decrease my stress. And it's because of my, decreasing my stress and really focusing on de-stressing techniques, I've been able to sleep so much better. It's been over a month. I've not taken one Ambien. I don't take any melatonin. I don't take Advil PM anymore. I sleep amazing without supplements. This is the first time since even before the twins were born, and it's been about 10 years. And I understand that there's not only stress, but there's many out there who have unresolved post traumas and PTSD who also experience the same issues. So when you seek proper treatment for your stress and your PTSD or your traumas, you might have better sleep quality. So here are some sleep savers for stress. Next time I'm going to put these tips up here and we'll go one by one. But number 1, remove yourself from the stressor. So if your job or a relationship or a living situation is a constant source of distress or conflict in your life, I really encourage you to seek support or change it. I know it's hard. You're thinking, oh, I can't change my job. Yeah, you can. You are in charge of your life. So if it's stressing you out that you can't even function, then yes, you can change it. It's scary. Change is scary. I know that. I really encourage you, number 2, to talk over your feelings with an empathetic partner, a friend, a relative, or even therapist. Especially if you're experiencing trauma, depression, anxiety, definitely seek professional assistance in that. And number 3, you can keep a worry diary. I know some of you are like, but I'm serious. Jot down what's going on and create some solutions so you can debrief and get your troubles off your mind before you go to bed. This way you can relax, unwind, and, have that great sleep. So those, for now, are the 4 tips that I have. And I'm going to be back on Monday. So I'll write this down here. Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 1 p.m. Eastern Time for part 2 of the broadcast of this series. And I really, really think that this is vital because I know there's so many of us who suffer sleep. And, you know, I posted a little thing on social media the other day about sleep, and I had so many people messaging me about what am I doing? Well, what am I doing? I've changed everything. I've changed I've decreased my stress. We are moving across the country and I'm not stressed one bit. We're selling a house, we're buying a new house, you know, finances are tight. That's okay because I have learned to step back, decrease my stress. I don't pick up my phone at night. These are hard habits to break, but they really work. And I am sleeping like a baby for the first time in 10 years without medication. Like, this is amazing. And I know there's more that goes into it than some of these techniques, but and if you really want to ever join me with how I've created these steps in my life to balance my hormones, to sleep at night, to decrease my stress, to heal my body, to heal my adrenal fatigue, to get off all my anxiety meds. Now, but I'm not telling everybody it will happen, but it can. And it's because of my hormone reset challenge that I created. And it's really proven for me and others that our bodies are amazing and they can heal, and it takes time, and through nutrition and certain techniques, you can get there too. So I encourage you, please email me. If you're interested, and we can talk and figure out if this is what would be right for you. And please, I encourage you to reach out to me because I want to help you. And if it's not something that works, that's right for you, we can figure it out. I can help you figure it out and get you on that right path. So join me on Monday. What day is Monday? I have no idea. Today's, is it the 27th? At 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we are going to go finish this two-part series about sleep, because this is something that everybody should know about. Go ahead, share this, ask your questions. I will be here to answer. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you watching this, and I'll see you later. Bye.